Shalom, brothers and sisters, and once again, I'm coming at you guys with another video. This is my second take on this video. The first take, it was a whole lot going on, kids screaming in the back, my daughter to be exact, and I just had to restart the video and do another one, man. So, yeah, the topic of discussion is concerning Torah, however you want to say it, dealing with these 78 cards in the deck of what you call Torah. All right, so I'm gonna make this short, man. I'm gonna get in and get out. I want to show you guys how it's in relations with the Torah, because actually Torah is Torah. Now, as you can see on the front of this deck right here, this is what you call the Wheel of Fortune card, and the Wheel of Fortune card is out of the major Arcana cards. So you have 22 major Arcana cards, and you have 56 minor Arcana cards. Dealing with from the ace to a 10, you have like 4 subdivisions that's known as suits. And then you have like swords, cups, pentacles, and wands. And then you have also court cards over those suits like king, queen, pages, and knights. So now, as you can see, dealing with the Wheel of Fortune card, on the front of this Torah box, it says Torah. If you guys don't see that, if you would look in the orange wheel, it says Torah. It says T-A-R-O, and then again the H, but they disguised it in the Yiddish, or what you call the Syrian script, Hebrew consonant. So you can see right there, Torah is Torah, T-A-R-O-H, or T-A-R-O, Torah. It's all in relations to the Torah, man, which is the first 5 books of the Bible from Genesis to Deuteronomy. If you don't believe me, just hold your horses and I will show you similarities and correspondence dealing with these 78 cards in the deck and relating it to the scriptures in the Bible. So let's get it. As you can see, you have 22 cards here. These 22 cards is part of the subdivision part of what you would call the major arcana. Again, you have 2 arcanas. You have major arcana, then you have the minor arcana. We dealing with the major arcana. The major arcana means secrets. So the major arcana is dealing with the bigger picture on the spiritual side. The minor arcana is dealing with like the lesser picture on the spiritual side. So we have 22 major Arcana cards, beginning with the Fool and ending with the World. Now we can count these cards. Now I'm going to show you that it's 22 cards dealing with the Fool. So that's 1, Fool, that's 1, the Magician, 2, and so forth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now, why is it 22 major Arcana cards in the first subdivision of Tarot? Why is that? Because it's also 22 consonants in the Hebrew alphabet. Let me show you that. So as you can see here, Paleo-Hebrew, which Paleo means ancient, is also 22 consonants in the Paleo-Hebrew alphabet. Matter of fact, let me get you a better illustration than that. And I'm going to show you that it's also 22 consonants, just like it's 22 major Arcana cards. All right, guys, hope you can see it. Dealing with always going from Oblet to Tau. You can go down and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So just like it's 22 consonants in the Paleo ancient Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's 22 consonants, and regardless, as you can see here, just like it's 22 consonants in the Hebrew, there you have it. It's 22 major Arcana cards in Tarot. Now, I will go into some of these cards and show you how they correspond with the Bible and the scriptures. Now, let's take one of these major Arcana cards, for instance. I want to take the Hangman. Now, I go down here. You can see right here. Here's the Hangman. Now, the Hangman represents sacrifice. You understand? You get this card, it represents making a sacrifice in your life. We all have to make sacrifices in our life. The Hangman stems from the crucifixion of Saint Peter. When Saint Peter was crucified, he said that he wasn't eligible, or he wasn't worthy to be crucified like his Lord being the Messiah. So when Saint Peter was crucified, he was actually crucified upside down, just like the hangman, and that's why this card represents sacrifice. Now these are the writer's weight debt. I like to deal with the writer's weight debt. Now let me show you Saint Peter's crucifixion. Now we know that Saint Peter was from the tribe of Judah, so he was a so-called black man. He was not a white man, as you see here. So just overlook the lies, but we just trying to point out the fact in the relations that Peter's death is in correspondence to the hangman card in the major arcana. See this? How he was crucified upside down? See that? Now watch this. The hangman, the same thing. This is in relation to St. Peter's death. Historically, how Peter was crucified upside down, this stems from the hangman. All right? Again, we can see other illustrations of St. Peter being crucified upside down. Hope you guys can see these illustrations. Let's see. See that right there? He been crucified upside down. And again, St. Peter was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, because so-called Negroes would be tribe of Judah today. So you can see right there, Peter being crucified upside down. What is that in relations to? The hangman card, dealing with the 22 major arcana cards in tarot. So the hangman card, as you can see right here, it has the numbers on the top. As you can see right there, the hangman card is the 12th card. The hangman card, again, is the 12th card. As you can see right there, 10, 11, 12, and Roman numerals on the top. That's in relation to St. Peter's death. All right. All right, we're going to continue to go on with the 22 major arcana cards. I'm just pointing out some cards, not all of them. Now, here's the strength card. The strength card is the 8th card. The strength card is the 8th card. Now, I believe it's 8 letters in strength. So that's STRENGTH. It's 8 letters in strength. You see what I'm saying? And it's the 8th card of the 22 major arcana. Now, what is this in relation to? We know in the Bible that David killed a lion and many other prophets and biblical characters. So let's give you a couple scriptures on the lion being killed, because this represents strength. Now, so actually, we know that David kills a lion also, and Samson wrestled with a lion and killed a lion. So if you go in 1 Samuel 17:34 and stopping on 36, but David said to Saul, your servant used to keep his father's sheep. He said, and when a lion or bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, I went out after it and I struck it and delivered the lamb from its mouth. And when it arose against me, he's talking about the lion, when it arose against me, I caught it by its beard. You see, I caught it by its beard and struck and killed it. Your servant has killed both lion and bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine would be just like the lion and the bear when I strike his ass down. So this is what David is saying. See that? He would be like one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God. So just like I slaughtered this lion and this bear, I'm going to kill this Philistine. That's what David said. As you can see, so did it not tell you in scripture that David did what? He caught the lion by his beard. What is the beard? That's the mane. He caught the lion by his beard. He struck it and killed it. So when you go back to the 8 card out of the 22 major arcana dealing with in tarot, you see right there taking it by the beard, man. This is the 8th major arcana card in tarot. So don't think that these cards don't have any relations with the scriptures, because they do. Again, you can see right here in the 8th card, right there. I don't know if this you can see this figure right here. And I'm gonna tell you, they may not want it to be too obvious, so they didn't like make it resemble any biblical character, because we know that David took the lion by his beard, slew the lion. Who else killed the lion in scripture? All right, let's see. As you can see right here on Google, it says, who kills lions in the Bible? We already went over David. Now let's deal with Samson. It says, Samson kills the lion with his bare hands. Samson killed a lion with his bare hands, y'all. No weaponry. I don't know if David used weaponry or not, but Samson, he dealt with a lion and killed it with his bare hands. Now, what you see right here, dealing with the 8 major Arcana card in Torah. Bare hands. Bare hands. Right? Again, Samson killed a lion with his bare hands. Did Daniel kill lions? Daniel replies that his God had sent an angel to close the jaws of a lion because I was found blameless before the Lord. So Daniel didn't kill a lion. Daniel was spared by the Lord from being consumed by a lion. However, we already showed you that David and Samson killed lions in the Bible in relations to the 822 major Arcana card. Right? So I'm going to go in detail with the scriptures because it says who killed the lion with their bare hands in the Bible. It says Samson went down to Timnah together with his father and mother. As they approached the vineyards of Timnah, suddenly a young lion came out roaring towards him, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon him in power, so that he tore the lion apart with his bare hands as he might have torn a young goat. So Samson took a lion, tore him apart with his bare hands, and this is exactly what you see in the 8 major Arcana card in the world of Torah. Now, as you can see, it looks like he pried the lion's mouth open, because if Samson tore a lion apart with his bare hands, most likely he took the upper jaw and the lower jaw, and what he did, he pried the lion's mouth and split the lion's jaws open. That's what I'm believing in when it said he split him open. That's what I'm believing how he did it. But we can see in general he did it. So where you think this 8 major Arcana card comes from in the world of tarot? It comes from the scriptures. All right? So let's continue on. Now we're going to deal with wisdom being a woman. So when we're dealing with wisdom in the Bible, because the Bible refers wisdom as a personification to a woman. Now, what comes to mind in the 22 major Arcana cards when it deals with wisdom? The high priestess. Let me show you. And you see on the high priestess columns in the back, that B stands for Boaz and that J stands for Jachin. And that also comes from out of scripture, and I'm going to show you that. Because the high priestess is really pulling from the perspective of Solomon. Solomon using wisdom as a personification. That's why this is called a high priestess, and this card represents mystic wisdom. All right? This is also why you see pomegranates in the background, because the pomegranates, we already know a pomegranate, it's said that the pomegranate holds 613 seeds as the exact commandments in the Bible. So you see pomegranates in the back. We also know that the high priest, they decorated the temples with pomegranates. The Levites, the high priest, they wore pomegranates on the hem of their garments. We see pomegranates all in the back. You see the duality. You see black column. You see the black column. You see the white column. You see the duality of things. Just like the Urim and the Thummim, the black and white rock. You see what I'm saying? Watch this. Now, as an example, Proverbs 4 and 5, it says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Now watch this, Proverbs 4 and 6, it says, forsake her not. Who is the her? It's referring wisdom to a woman. Wisdom is used as a personification to a woman. So in Proverbs 4 and 6, it says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve you. Love her, and she shall keep thee. It's using wisdom in a personification of a woman. And this brings you to none other than the high priestess, which is right here in the world of Torah, dealing with the major Arcana card. See that? This is the second major Arcana card, the high priestess. The high priestess represents mystic wisdom. That's why they use the woman to illustrate this card, because the Bible uses a personification to illustrate wisdom as a woman again. And as you can see, guys, you can see this woman holding a scroll in her hand and it says Torah, literally. So those of you that's thinking that Torah is not in relation to Torah, it's all the same. You've been told to deviate from this, to stay away from this. You've been told this is the works of the devil. You've been told that this is a form of divination. Well, let me newsflash. The high priest used divinations concerning the Urim and the Thummim to get their decision from God. So don't come with the foolishness, man. This is for the ones that's willing to open their mind and accept what's going on and accept the realism of things. Start opening your minds up. Now, like I said, high priestess dealing with the mystic wisdom. And then we showed you in Proverbs chapter 4, verses 5 and 6, it used wisdom as the personification of a woman, tells you not to forsake her, tells you she shall preserve thee, tells you to love her, and tells you she shall keep thee. You see? It also goes on and on about wisdom. The whole 4th chapter, man. It says wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. With all thy getting, get it understanding. Proverbs 4 and 8 is again. It says, exalt her. It says, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. So to embrace wisdom is the personification of a woman. All the way in Proverbs 4, look at it for yourself. She shall give to thy head an ornament of grace and a crown of glory. She shall deliver thee. Wisdom is a personification of a woman. I can't say it enough. So when you go back dealing with the major Arcana cards in Tarot and the major Arcana cards, you will come across this card right here that is talking about mystic wisdom and what you see right here, the personification of a woman. And for the Christians, you see the cross in the center of her chest for the Christians. And for the Hebrews, you see the Torah within her hand. Don't play with me. Okay? And you see them, watch this, and I'm gonna show you something else. If you still think I'm fooling around, I'm gonna show you something else. This is Revelation 12, verse 1. There appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Where's the moon under this? Where's the moon at concerning this woman? It said a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head the crown of 12 stars. We already know that this woman here represents the nation of Israel. Those 12 stars represent the 12 tribes. And the sun, moon, and the stars represents wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, what did it say the moon was? It said the moon was under this woman's feet. Let's go back to the major Arcana card out of 22. Where's the moon under this woman's feet? Right here again. Right here. The high priestess. Where's the moon? There's a crescent moon under this woman's feet. Just like the scripture says in Revelation 12 and 1. And the moon under her feet. And the moon under her feet. What do you see right there? The moon under her feet. Right here, guys. The moon under her feet. A crescent moon, to be exact. I told you about these pomegranates already. 613 seeds in the pomegranate. Matter of fact, let me get a better picture of the high priestess. And as you can see right there, got the scroll in the hand because the Torah was given to the nation of Israel. You understand? So regardless if you relate this woman to a personification of wisdom, if you relate this woman to a personification as the nation of Israel, who was given the law, statutes, and commandments? Who was given the what you would call the constitution, because that's our constitution, the instructions on what to do and not to do. Who was given that? Israel. So we was given the Torah. So that woman was given the Torah. You see that? S-T-O-R-A-H. They hid the H. They know exactly what's going on, because it's in all relations to the Torah. Is all in relation to the Bible. So you can see right there, they got a woman with the moon under her feet, just like Revelation 12:1 said. They got a woman pursuing the wisdom, just like Proverbs, the 4th chapter said. The pomegranate is in the back. You understand? Now let me explain these columns because it's Boaz and Jachin. Now, because when Solomon built the temple, he made 2 columns concerning the temple. When King Solomon built the temple, he placed 2 columns up in the midst of him building the temple, and he referred to one, Boaz and Jachin, and I'm going to show you this in the Bible. So how the hell you finna sit and tell me that Torah ain't got no relations with the scriptures, man? The hell out of here. You can see right here, Boaz and Jachin. B and J, Boaz and Jachin. Right here, B and J, Boaz and Jachin. Right there, dealing with the high priestess. Boaz and Jachin, according to the Bible, Boaz, Hebrew, Boaz, and Jachin were 2 copper, brass, or bronze pillars, which stood on the porch of Solomon's temple. See right here, and as you can see, that's the illustration right there. So you see those 2 pillars right there, which stood on the porch? One pillar was referred to Boaz, and the other pillar referred to as Jachin. Look how the pillars look, guys. Look, if I look how the pillars look. So when King Solomon took him 7 years to build the first temple, he was the one that built the first temple in Israel. Because Israel had a tabernacle before they had a temple. So when King Solomon built the temple, right, he made 2 bronze pillars, and he referred to them as Boaz and Jachin, as you can see right here. Now watch this. Don't play with me, man. I don't have time to waste time. So when you go right there, Boaz and Jachin, right there on the high priestess card and the Torah, because since y'all want to say that Torah ain't got shit to do with the scripture, I'm going to show y'all this. Since y'all want to say that, let me show y'all this. Maybe y'all will stop deviating from Torah and get you a deck of 7-8 cards and start learning yourself. You understand? Because you don't have to use, you don't have to be passive about this game, this deck. So now, when we go back, that was Boaz and Jachin was 2 copper, brass, bronze pillars which stood on the porch of Solomon's temple. The first temple in Jerusalem, like I said, he built the first temple. It took him 7 years. They are used as symbols in Freemasonry as well as sometimes in religious architecture. They was probably not support structures, but freestanding based on some similar pillars found in other nearby temples. My understanding, the esoteric meaning of these twin pillars, I believe they stand for the duality in life. You can see it right there, 1 Kings 7 and 15. If y'all want to go into the Bible, we can go into the Bible. Let's read the 21st verse. Let's go down. And he set up pillars in the porch of the temple, and he set up the right pillar, and he called the name thereof Jachin. That's the right pillar. And then he set up the left pillar, and then he called the name thereof Boaz. So you think I'm still playing damn games? You think I'm still lying? Since you want to see it in the Bible, I showed you in the Bible, right? He set up one pillar on the right and called it Jachin. He set up one pillar on the left and called it Boaz. Now, when you go into Torah and you look at the high priestess cards, what you see? The moral to the story is you see the pillars in the back, man. Don't play with me, man. It says Boaz and Jachin on the high priestess. And then you niggas telling me that Torah ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. Get the hell out of here with that madness. All right? Let me show you some more things. I'm just showing you right here. Jachin means he will establish. You know what I'm saying? The name of 3 Israelites, right here, the name of 3 Israelites end of a temple pillar. See that? Jachin, he will establish. And then, let's go to Boaz. So right here, Boaz, right there. Let's go into that. Boaz means fleetness. See what I'm saying? Boaz, from an unused root of uncertain meaning. Boaz, the ancestor of David, also the name of a pillar in the front of the temple. So there you have it. So now I want to go over 3 of swords. And I think I'm going to close this video because I can go over a lot more of these cards. But for the sake of time, I'm going to go over this. This is called a 3 of swords. Now, as you can see, this card is not from the major arcana. This card is from the minor arcana. And actually, it's pulling from the suit of swords. Swords represents perception. Swords represents the mind. So that's what a sword represents in the world of tarot. It doesn't represent a physical instrument that's used to cause damage. The sword represents the mentality of a person. See, so you have three of them that's piercing through a heart. This is called the Three of Swords, and this is also the heartbreak card. So if you get this, is not nothing. If you get this card in a drawing, if you draw this card in a tarot drawing, you get this card. It's not nothing nice about this card. It represents heartbreak, heartache, sorrow, tears, pain, grief, depression, sadness, betrayal. It represents all this type of stuff. It's nothing nice about this card. It's nothing nice about this card, man. You understand? Now, this is the writer's weight. So when this card was instituted, this card was formulated, the artist of this card, the writer's rate deck, who informed the artist what inspiration or what inspired the artist to do this, to make this card like this. See what I'm saying? Now I know this may be a big card. I'll give you a smaller one if you guys can't see it. I will give you a smaller one. The Three of Swords. You see that? It's got three swords. Who inspired this artist to do that? I'm going to show you who inspired this artist. The Bible inspired this artist to do that. Because there's a certain scripture in the Bible that speaks about Absalom's death. And we about to go into it. See that? So, yeah, let's go into that. What did Joab do to Absalom in 2 Samuel 18, verse 14? Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with you. And he took 3 darts. How many darts that he took? He take 3 darts. How many darts he took? He took 3 darts. How many? 3 darts. 1 dart, 3 darts. 2 darts, 3 darts. 3 darts? Yes. He took 3 darts in his hand and he thrust them through the heart of Absalom. What did he thrust them through? No, he thrust them through his head. No, he thrust them through his heart. So Joab took 3 darts, thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak tree. So this is where you get the inspiration of the Three of Swords, guys. So when you see this right here, the Three of Swords. See that? The Three of Swords. What the upright meaning means. The Three of Swords. It means heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness. This is Absalom's heart, man. This is Absalom's heart that Joab pierced 3 darts through. How many swords do you see? 3. So again, don't come with this bullshit telling me that Torah don't have no relations with Torah or the Bible. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Get out of my face with that. You niggas are simple, man. For real. We are not the same, and that's what you fail to realize. We are not the same. And I'm talking about all Israelite camps that want to try to bash Torah and look at it as it's a form of divination when the Levites use the form of divination. And I'm going to get into that. Heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, removal, absence, division, depression, separation, sadness, heartache, unhappiness, all this stuff, trauma, misunderstanding, tears, conflicts in your relation. The husband and the wife arguing, fussing each other, fussing back at each other, can't see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Delusional. I mean, everything, as you can see here, that's what this card means. It means heartbreak. And just like David, when he got word of his son being killed, his heart was broken, man. Watch this. What it says right here in 2 Samuel 18, verse 19. David is grief-stricken. See that right here? He said, and the king said unto Cushi, is the young man Absalom safe? And Cushi answered, the enemies of my lord, the king, and all that rise against you to do you hurt, be as that young man is. See that? And then the king was much moved, and he went up to the chamber over the gate, and he wept. And as he went, thus he said, oh, my son, Absalom, oh, my son, Absalom, oh, Absalom. See that? And with God, I had died for thee. Oh, Absalom, my son, oh, Absalom, my son. So because David heard that his son was killed. Now, what did tell you? What was the headline of this chapter? 2 Samuel 18, 19 going on down. It says David is grief-stricken. What did I tell you the Three of Hearts represents? What did I tell you? It represents heartbreak. It represents heartbreak, betrayal. It represents grief, sadness. Look at here. You can see it right there. Grief. Does that, listen guys, does that not say grief in the middle? Was not 3 darts stuck through Absalom's heart? Look at the damn card, man. Was not David grieved when his son died? So don't tell me shit about Torah ain't got nothing to do in relation to Torah. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. So now, guys, I'm going into the Ace of Wands. You see this? I want y'all to take very, very observation. Watch this. Wait a minute. Let me get you a good one. The Ace of Wands. Now, I know you guys know what this is in relation to the Bible because this is the Ace of Wands. This is a hand holding a stick with sprouting leaves on it. And this is the Ace of Wands. Wands represents passion, ambition. It represents passion and ambition. You understand? So, and the element of wands is fire. Right? Like, I'm a fire sign, so this is my element. This is me. I'm wands because I'm a fire sign. I'm a fire sign. Me being a Sagittarius. So I'm a fire sign, so therefore, my suit is wands. Now, wands represents great ambition and passion. So I'm a man of great ambition and passion. So as you can see, this is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Ace meaning the very first. Ace meaning 1. Because you have 10 within one suit. So you have from a 1 to a 10 wands, from a 1 to a 10 cups, from a 1 to a 10 swords, from a 1 to a 10 pentacles. Then you have them court cards, the court cards. Dealing with the wands, right here, you have the Ace of Wands, as you can see. The Ace of Wands. Where you think that they got this from? Where you think dealing with Torah, where they got this from? They got it from the Bible. They got it from the Torah. You cannot talk about tarot cards without talking about Torah. Because it's all in relations. It's all in comparison. Can you please show us that? Yes, I will. Now watch this. Dealing with the Ace of Wands, as you can see, they say, man, we don't understand. We see that hand holding that stick, and we don't understand. Watch this, guys. Let's go into the Bible. This is concerning the Ace of Wands. Watch this. Numbers 17, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers, of all their princes, according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. Numbers 17:3. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, and for 1 rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. Numbers 17:4. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with you. Numbers 17:5. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod, whom I shall choose, shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby the murmurings against you. Numbers 17:6. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, every one of their princes gave him a rod, a piece for each prince, 1 according to their father's houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. Numbers 17:7. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord in the tabernacles of witness. Numbers 17:8. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. So Numbers 17 verse 8 says, and it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded. His rod was budded, and it brought forth buds and bloomed blossoms and yielded almonds. So this is Aaron's rod dealing with the Ace of Wands. Dealing with the Ace of Wands. This is Aaron's rod, man. I told you the element for wands is fire. That ain't nothing but Aaron's rod that budded. Because the more to the story is that Aaron's rod had budded to show you who the Most High had chose. You know what I'm saying? Aaron's rod, yeah. That's why he called Aaron rod to grow flowers. Because he was letting you see that the Most High was letting you see who was the legit high priest. See that? Number 17:9. And Moses brought all the rods from before the Lord into the children of Israel, and they looked and took every man his rod. Number 17:10. And the Lord said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony to be kept for a token against the rebels. And thou shalt quiet take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. And number 17:11. And Moses did so as the Lord commanded him, so did he. See that? Number 17:12. And the children of Israel spoke unto Moses, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. So basically he was letting you see right there, I let the Aaron to be high priest. You feel what I'm saying? And that sign was Aaron's rod budded, man. As you can see right there, number 17:8. Moses went in the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded. And there you go, right here. That's Aaron's rod, man, and budded. See that? That's the Ace of Wands. And this is all going back to Torah, man. You'll be surprised what you come across when you study these 78 cards, man. And stop looking at it as a form of divination. Because, like I said, the high priest used form of divination. So before I close this out, I'm going to show you without a shadow of a doubt that the high priest, they did use divination. While you sitting up here talking about these 78 cards is dealing with divination, the high priest, the Levites used divination. So let me show you that. Now I'm going to show you, while you talking about divination, I'm going to show you the high priest used it. You understand? So stop when it comes down to these cards. Oh, that's a form of divination. Man, high priest used divination. You understand? Wake the hell up, man. Open your damn mind up. Watch this. Exodus 28:30. Gosh. Exodus 28:30. And thou shalt put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be upon Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord, because the high priest carried these two stones, which was known as the Urim and the Thummim. One was a black rock and one was a white rock. So let me show you that before we progress on. So the Urim and the Thummim was kind of like this, like a triangle up on a rock or a triangle down on a rock, or sometimes you had a white or black rock. See that? Urim and Thummim. In Paleo Hebrew, sometimes you had like a white or black. So this is what Aaron kept upon his heart behind that plate. See what I'm saying? And this is all in form of divination. If you didn't know it, I'm going to show you this. So the Urim and Thummim, right? Exodus 28 verse 30. You know, Aaron kept them upon his heart when he went in to go before the Lord. And Aaron shall bow the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. So this is how they judge. This is how they judge to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to a hard decision, you use Urim and Thummim. When it came down to a hard decision, this is what you use. The white rock represents yes. The black rock represents no. And you kept them in some type of bag or some type of pouch. And if you had a hard decision to make, you know what I'm saying? And you close your eyes. And God did the decision through these rocks. You reach your hand in the bag or the pouch, you know, in terms of pulling out the white rock or the black rock. If you pull out the white rock represents yes. If you pull out the black rock represents no. You know what I'm saying? A certain Israelite man was caught in the act of something, doing something wrong, and shall we kill this man and spare this man? You would do it. You would use the Urim and the Thummim. You know what I'm saying? They use the Urim and Thummim as appointing judges and officers too. Shall this man be the judge? Shall he not be the judge? The white rock means yes. The black rock means no. Shall we go out to war and fight against this nation? Shall we not? The white rock means yes, the black rock means no. This was a form of divination. This is how God spoke to the children of Israel through Urim and Thummim, man. This Joshua 7:14. In the morning, therefore, you shall be brought according to your tribes. It shall be that the tribe which the Lord take it shall come according to the families thereof, and the family which the Lord shall take shall come by the households, and the household which the Lord shall take shall come man by man. You see, so this is what they used to determine Achan when he took the accursed thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they used. See the sin of Achan when he had taken the accursed thing to uncover his transgression and his cunning devised secrets. They used the Urim and the Thummim. And like I said, man, this was used like on decisions of appointing judges, officers, kings. You know what I'm saying? Should he be king? Should he not? Should he be this? Should he not? All this stuff was done concerning the Urim and the Thummim. You see what I'm saying? And also when King Saul went to fight against the Philistines and the Lord had turned his back on King Saul, they say he didn't even answer him through the Urim and the Thummim. I can show you that too. See? And Saul asked counsel of God, shall I go down after the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into the hand of Israel? But he answered him not that day. So Saul had consulted the Lord through the Urim and the Thummim, and he didn't answer him. You get what I'm saying? He didn't answer him. He didn't answer him through the rocks. Because he said, shall I go down after the Philistines? One rock represents yes, one rock represents no. See what I'm saying? He didn't answer him through the rock that day. Now I'm going to show you when we go into Urim. When we go into this Urim right here, which is Hebrew 22:24, we go into Urim. It said Urim lights. Now stones kept in a pouch on the high priest's breastplate, used in determining God's decision in certain questions and issues. That's divination, man. Stones kept in a pouch on the high priest's breastplate. So they kept these stones in the pouch to determine God's decision. God, should we do this? God, should we do that? God, should he be king? God, should he not? Should he be the judge? Should he not? Should he be the officer? Should he not? Should we go to war against this nation? Should we not? Should I do this? Should I not? And they used to stick their hands in the pouch to pull out a rock. And that's how they determined God's decisions in certain questions and issues, by using these two rocks here. And as we can show you right there, that says Urim, and it represents lights. And then we'll go into the Thummim right here, which is Hebrew 85:50. Go into the Thummim, and the Thummim means perfection right there. You see what I'm saying? Stones provided for the means of achieving a sacred lot. Used with the Urim, the will of God was revealed, you know. And then you can see, man, it was a form of divination. Watch this. And right here, you can see right there, Urim and Thummim. Urim and Thummim. Objects possibly made of metal or precious stones inscribed with symbols, worn in the breastplate of the high priest and used perhaps like lots to determine God's response to a question answerable by yes or no. That's how God replied to you. Back in the ancient times, you was not on your knees. You didn't do what the Christians do, getting on your knees to determine an answer from God. God screaming out in the heavens, God, should I do this? Should I not? And waiting on a response from God. No, they didn't do that. God didn't speak to you by you getting on your knees. You understand? Like he spoke to you in revelations and dreams. But if you want to get on your knees and scream out in the heavens to receive a yes or no answer from God, he didn't speak to you like that in ancient times. He spoke to you through these two rocks, better yet known as the Urim and the Thummim. That's how he spoke to you. And that was, you had to go to the high priest, and they would withdraw from out the pouch a white or black rock. You see what I'm saying? So again, for y'all that want to talk about terror is a form of divination. No, watch this. if that's the case, then look at this. Urim
and Thummim.
Urim and Thummim. Look, it says two objects of a now unknown nature, possibly used for divination. Worn on the breastplates of the Jewish high priest. So this was a form of divination. Because what is divination? Divination is basically seeking an answer, and from a divine entity. You see what I'm saying? So two objects, they use these two a black or white rock they use. Look it up, for possibly used for divination. So let's just stop the madness with tarot. Guys, please share this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I see you guys in the next lesson. Shalom.